What is up, peeps? Coach Kev coming to you from the porch again on a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. NFL starts today, the first NFL Sunday. Been looking forward to that since February. I'm a big fan of that. My Wolverines kind of got taken apart yesterday by Texas at home. I hadn't had really high hopes on them returning as champions because they lost so many players. I mean, you watch, there's going to be, I think, 12 or 14 players that played on Michigan's team last year playing today on Sunday. Texas lost a lot too, but Texas is tough. Quarterback's tough. They got a really good coach. So give them all the respect in the world for kicking our butts. We'll bounce back. There's 12 teams in the playoff now. Maybe we get lucky, have things kind of go our way. We'll see. A lot of Delphi developments, again, as always. There always is. I'm going to watch Sarah from the Facebook group. Her live that she did last night was supposed to be pretty good. She had some scoop on maybe some things that were said outside the courtroom. And it's all kind of conjecture. It's all what people hear. So you learn to trust people. And Sarah's a person that I do trust from her coverage and her travels and her dedication to the case. A lot of people still think Richard Allen's innocent. That's absolutely fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion based on the evidence that they've seen. No issues with anyone there. At some point, someone's going to have to come up and say, hey, listen, we got this wrong. We got this right. Or whatever, and move on to the next case. So as long as everyone does that, it's fine. I think some people won't, and they'll get, continue to spiral downward and, try to inflict pain on others instead of admitting they're wrong. But YouTube's a free platform. And if they want to do that with their channel and people want to watch it, God bless them, really. But I'll be moving on after the adjudication of this, unless something huge comes out either way that says, oh, look, he was innocent and we found him guilty, even though they couldn't try him again, or vice versa. If he's adjudicated guilty and they somehow come out with some evidence later on appeal, my mind could be changed. But there's just too many things with him adding up. And then a lot of the background noise stuff that you're hearing too is kind of a family falling apart. And that's another, Kathy Allen and her mother and daughter and her husband, they're all, in a way, victims in this case too. Not the same way that Libby and Abby were, not the same way that their families are, okay? But they too are. I don't think they knew anything about this. I don't like when people say, and I understand why people say what they say. If that had been my husband, I'd have known, but we've seen it time and time again where people don't want to see things. And it doesn't mean they're evil people. It just means that acknowledging what might have happened is going to change their lives forever. And they like the life that they're living. By all counts, they had a pretty happy life. Problems like everyone has. Domestic calls, they happen a lot. Richard's drinking might have been an issue, but I will say that he looks very healthy today in court, or when he's in court recently, as opposed to what he did before. That's not that unusual. People are settling in. There's a theory that detectives have, old ones told me, that the guy that never settles in is innocent, but the guy that settles in and kind of gets their rest knows that they're caught and plans a defense. So, but again, that's hearsay, and that's just what people have observed, not me myself. But I think it's just more damning evidence, and for people that say they're not allowed to provide a defense, that's the law in Indiana. And I didn't know that till about 2 months ago. So I'd encourage everyone to read that law. Watch the prosecutor's podcast. I just shared it again. They explain it very clearly, what can get in and what can't get in, and what the threshold is. Now, when you bring in a third party, the threshold switches from the prosecution to the defense. And they can't just say Bigfoot did it. They have to show that they were there. Their own witnesses said they couldn't put any of those folks there. So there's no nexus. I was a little bit surprised she didn't let Ron Logan in, because through the phone data, we could tell that he was there. Now, of course, that's his house. You could say, well, that's his house. Of course he's there, dummy. But I could have seen at least a case made there. And I think when they went with the odorous, the salacious stuff, I think the defense made a very big miscalculation on what was happening when they started following things that were on Reddit instead of vetting out their own investigation, and instead of trying to jam a square peg in a round hole. Ron Logan lying about an alibi before the girls are discovered could play huge with a jury. Okay, and I'm not a defense attorney, but I never understood the Odinist thing. Major Click said months ago, that no one in law enforcement thinks this is an Odinist sacrifice. He did, however, think that the other guys were involved. But why they went that route, it was so salacious. It tells me they wanted headlines. They wanted to try to case in the public. They're probably going to write books. At least Baldwin will. I don't know about Rosie. I kind of feel bad for him sometimes in all this because I feel like this is Baldwin's stage, or maybe his bully pulpit, where he could talk down and tell everyone, hey, listen, I got this guy off. Now I'm going to prove that the world's flat. And, some other things that he believes, which is a free country. You believe what you want. I'm not going to knock anyone for theories, and I'm not going to call people conspiracy theorists, because most of the conspiracies that we've seen nationally, most, not half, not less, most have kind of proven out to be true. But in this case, you would have to have so many people involved, including the defense team, in on this whole thing. People still blame the families, which is, free platform on YouTube, and I think it's absolutely outrageous. But people that think other people that did it, okay, I'm not, I have no hatred towards you or anything like that, but we disagree. And I email a couple people that we talk, and we totally disagree on this case. But we talk about other cases, and there was actually, I'm not going to say the person's name, but there was a person I was going back and forth with in my comments. Good debate, spirited debate, no issue either way. And I finally said to this person, I don't think we're ever going to agree on this case, and that's okay. And they responded, or they liked the comment, I think. I don't know if they responded or not. And I hope that they feel the same way I do, because let's get on to Flora, because I think a lot of us are going to be lined up on Flora. A lot of people that were against each other and at odds over Delphi are going to be lined up on Flora, because a lot of the claims that are made about Delphi, I think, did happen over there at Flora. And yeah, oh, you're pro-police, you're this. Well, you know what? Maybe I am. But I will call out the bullshit in Flora, and it occurred at the fire department level, the local police level. I don't think it went above the local police. But we have to see what happened there. There was obviously many, many mistakes made. And instead of coming out and saying, hey, we made a mistake, it's just like some YouTubers should do. The police need to do the same thing. We all do. Hey, we fucked up. We're sorry. We didn't do it on purpose. And we're going to learn from it. So when the next case happens like this or similar to this, we're going to know what to do. Same with me. Hey, I got some things wrong about this case, quite a few. And who knows what's really right and wrong yet officially? Let's put that out there. Officially, we don't. We're pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, but we'll see what the court says. But I put things out that I thought were true, and they weren't. And I came on and, hey, man, looks like I got that wrong. But I told you why I did it, my thoughts on it, and I hope that all makes sense to you. So I've been crazy busy. There's an election coming up in November. Pennsylvania is a big battleground state, so a lot of the Senate races locally are really important, and they're getting a lot of money and attention. So we've been doing golf outings, meeting with people. I'm the president of the union. I'm also the president of the PAC committee, the Political Action Committee, which we have set up, Fire PAC 10. So we will give people, a check for a golf outing or something. More importantly, they want our endorsement. So I'm meeting with all the different people on both sides of the aisle. And there's some really great people running. We have two great people running for our state Senate. We've endorsed one of the guys, not the gal, and had nothing to do with that, or even Democrat Republican thing. It was very close, but we went our way, and we're going to continue to do that. And you have to be politically active. So I will leave you with this. Everyone that thinks that the third-party defense law is unconstitutional, it isn't. It absolutely is not. But it could be changed. But you're not going to change it by calling Judge Gall names. Mike Pence will not leave me alone. I didn't pick Donald Trump's running mate, Mike. Please quit buzzing around my head. You're not going to calling Judge Gall names, threatening people on YouTube, or threatening to do different things or anything like that. You need to contact the Indiana Assembly, the state legislator, and say, we think that the third-party law is BS, and here's why. You need to get people behind it, because that is a law. That is constitutional, no questions asked. But they could still change that law if they hear enough. If they think that you're going to rally against them, especially when they're up for re-election, that's when you get shit done with people. I learned that. So if you think that that's wrong, if you think that Richard Allen being kept in a prison instead of a jail is wrong, not against the law in Indiana, not against the law. I agree with you. I think that they should have some kind of funding where so many miles apart that there's, high profile case, especially child killing case, where this guy's in trouble. We're worried about him killing himself or someone else killing him. Spread some money around to build facilities where these people don't have to go as far, and let them see their family, let them see their attorneys without crazy inconvenience. Once they're adjudicated guilty, fucking send them to the fucking desert. I don't care. But until then, I agree with you. But this isn't Judge Gall's fault. It's not Nick McClelland's fault. It's the state legislator. So a law is made, it's spit out, and you're trying to fight it at the end. You got to fight it at the beginning, or fight the people that can change it. If you like people on YouTube and you like to see their voice and they're from Indiana, encourage them to run for office. And I'm not being a smartass. And get that voice heard there. If there's anyone on YouTube that's, considering doing that, I would go for it. Serve your community. Do it for the right reasons, but serve your community. I think that would be outstanding. And that would be a good name for all YouTubers, especially in a true crime genre, because we get a bad name, and it isn't just Delphi. It's been around forever, for as long as YouTube true crime has been around. Delphi's tip of the iceberg. I watch Mafia stuff, and these old mob guys starting to kill each other. Who snitched more? So anywhere you have a congregated group of people on the internet, there's going to be some kind of fight. But we'll leave it at that. I'm going to let you guys go. Hope you enjoy football today. I got turkey, 2 turkey breasts to make, and mashed potatoes, all the trimmings. And excited to have it back. Steelers got a tough one today at the Falcons. I think it'll be low scoring. I don't know if Wilson's starting or Fields is starting because Wilson was hurt. I'm hearing he is going to start, but I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll keep supporting my Wolverines no matter what they do. But just a couple thoughts from the porch. I will be getting back to do a live or two this week, and I'm going to launch my my monthly. It's going to be monthly memberships, and I have a different spin on that. And I want to see if you guys like it. So look for that this week coming out, and I'll explain how those monthly things will go. We'll pick a day or the first Monday of the month or whatever it is, or twice a month, and we'll do different things. Not necessarily have to be true crime. I want to let you guys pick. I want to do one, and I'm going to let you guys pick a topic on another one. Could be absolutely anything. Why do I eat peanut butter every morning out of a jar for breakfast? We could talk about that. I don't care if you guys think it's interesting. So those are my thoughts on what's going on in Delphi. And again, let's get this, do it right, do it once, and let's get it done, and let's get on the floor. Let's get all these people that are so interested in Delphi in the floor. And I think that a lot of us, despite our opinions on Delphi, have the same idea in Flora. I could tell you that right now. I really believe that. So we get that done. That needs to get done next, in my opinion. Really needs to get done next. So I'm going to leave you to it. It's starting to warm up. Enjoy this beautiful NFL Sunday. And we have football now till February, which is awesome. So I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to have my cup of coffee from I don't know if you could see this. I'm a dog person. My girlfriend's a cat person, so that's going to be kind of rough when I move in there. But I'm going to leave you to it. Say tentacles and Coach Kev out.